Hello and welcome to Character Corner, Episode 4. I know everybody's been waiting in such grand anticipation for this because everybody loves the Character Corner videos so much. Everybody watches them. I'm so excited for today's episode though because it's Katrina. I love Katrina so much. So, Katrina Virbo. I love Katrina. Little known fact about Katrina. Here's the thing, because nobody knows anything about any of them. Hello. Katrina was not an original character to what Life in the Forest was. If you guys are keeping track, you know Life in the Forest was a game I played when I was really little. I created it when I was like 7. At first, I just played it alone. Then I was able to make friends, and we played it together, and they made their own characters. And I started writing it down then when I was little. But in high school, I actually made it into like a story instead of just a world. And Katrina did not exist at that time. I was writing, and I was making an actual plot of putting characters and stuff together, and I created Katrina. I just love her because here's the thing. I created her to have such a small role, I just needed another person, I just needed another body was basically all I needed. And she kind of wrote herself into existence. She was fun and exciting and the biggest personality ever. She did that herself. I was like, I'm gonna write Katrina, and then she just appeared. And I love that so much. And I feel like that type of energy is just like Katrina's energy, I love her. She is Syra's best friend since birth. They're neighbors, by the way. I was working on the maps for the beginning of the book a little bit ago because if you guys are keeping track, it was the right and the left side of Redeem, correct? Well, I realized with the map and how everything works out with that, the right and left also correlate to north and south. So I'm thinking maybe it would be better to rename all of that stuff for the north side or the south side of Redeem. I don't know, I'm figuring it out still, but Katrina is also on the left with Syra. Obviously, they're neighbors. And while Syra has been giving so many amazing things from her country by the left, Katrina has a completely different outlook on life than Syra. She hates, she hates everything about Rudy, and she's like, this sucks. And, she kind of just watches Syra have the complete wrong thing, and she's kind of watches with a smile like, oh, she's crazy, but that's fine. Another little fun tidbit, because most of what I can share about Katrina, I don't want to spoil everything, Life in the Forest was originally a trilogy. It was just 3 books, and then very recently I was working on stuff and looking at it, and book 1 was just too long, and there was too much jumping from place to place. I felt that readers and audiences would feel whiplash too much. So I made just 7 or so chapters of what was book 1. I just made them into all of book 1. I added a lot. Trust me. Book 1 is not just 7 chapters long. I added more in between. But what was once chapter 5 in the original book 1 is now chapter 21. So to put some of that into perspective, I was able to really grow the story a lot more. And I think that was a good idea. But because the writing, it goes in different POVs. So it cycles through different ones, and it never really fit in any of the books for a Katrina point of view, even though I say, and I will always say, always stand by, she is the most important character of all of Life in the Forest. Katrina, if you ever have to question it, Katrina's the most important character. And if anybody argues you on it, pull up this video. Katrina is the most important character, okay? Okay. And somehow we never had a space for a Katrina point of view. Well, that changes now with 4 books instead of 3. And I actually, because here's the thing. I started this week with under 60k words, somewhere under. And I am on the brink of 80k right now. I think my first draft of like the whole thing will be done by at least by the end of the day on Monday. It should, oh God willing, be done before that. I'm just saying. So I've been doing a lot of writing this week, and I finished up the last Katrina point of view. Yeah! It's so good. I absolutely love Katrina with my entire soul. Oh my God. I'm preparing myself now. If anybody tries to discredit her to the point to call her the comic relief, I'll find out where you live and I will rip off your balls. Even if you don't have any, I'll find something. That is not her role. She's so much more important than that. She is the heart and soul of the entire operation, okay? Nothing happens without Katrina. Are you starting to understand? She's the most important. Syra would not be anywhere without Katrina. Are you hearing me right now? Please? Okay, good. She kind of wrote herself, and I saw her very, very clearly in my mind. Genuinely, she took whatever pen I was holding and was like, this is me. And she came to me, a strong Black woman. I was drawing her a few years ago. I was trying to draw her, and at the time when I would draw, I would just like take whatever colors I would need for certain parts, fill in, kind of like if you paint a wall without doing the trim first. That's kind of how I would like color in places and like just try to get a lot done at once. Done that on a Katrina drawing and had left it and then came back to it, like the outlines and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, wait a minute. And once again, she took the pen for me, and I was like, no, I like that. So if anyone knows anything about vitiligo, that's Katrina. She told me, give me a skin condition. And I said, sure. She created herself. I don't know what else to tell you, dude. I'm like gushing about Katrina. I'm like not even telling you any vital information. Enneagram number is 7. I created this based off of the Sleeping at Last song. I have not actually read the description, but they've been working out so far. Often called the enthusiast. Characterized by a core desire for happiness and a fear of missing out or being depraved. They are optimistic, adventurous, and seek new experiences, often avoiding pain or negative emotions. Type 7s are known for their enthusiasm, spontaneity, and love of variety, but can also struggle with commitment and focusing on one thing for too long. That's a strange detail. Okay. Need for freedom and options. Who said that? Who said Katrina needing freedom? No. What? They dislike feeling trapped. No. We're limited and prefer to have many choices available. Okay. Spontaneity and adaptability. They're quick to adjust to new situations and enjoy unexpected adventures. You mean all the times that she followed Rachel around during this book? Got herself into all heaps of trouble? Yeah. That. Energy and productivity. Active and accomplish a lot, especially when engaged in activities they enjoy. Here's the thing about Katrina. People may look at her and see an underperformer, but that's because Verdine is not a space where she can thrive. So she's not a fighter. She's not out here to like she's forced to learn all these weapons, but she's not good at any of those, and that's not what interests her. That's not what sparks her at all. Everybody else and everyone like in the country, she is just kind of a failure, but she's just not meant for Verdine. So she's not useless or a failure or any of that stuff. She is just in an awful environment where she cannot thrive, and she knows that, but she can't do anything about it. It's Verdine. If she even talks about leaving, that is hey, that's treason. And especially her father, who is very high ranking in the military, which controls all of Verdine. She is just a failure. When in reality, if she was not in Verdine, she'd be like this, what I'm saying, high energy and productivity. She is productive, she is energetic, but it can't be used to anything that is benefiting her at all. And it's just unfortunate. When I say high-ranking father, I mean high-ranking father. He's basically in charge of Verdine getting food, and he was the acting general for a long time, honestly. Downplay or suppress difficult emotions, potentially leading to a lack of emotional depth. I said nothing. She makes Cyro laugh. That is what... That's the only thing she can thrive at in Verdine. It's the only thing that she can do on a daily basis. That's her. I feel like I didn't talk about anything important with her at all. But her most important plot points, clearly I can't tell you. I want you to read the book. Which brings me to why I'm making this video right now. I really want all of the writing to be done before July. So this will be out on Monday. And so I'm going to take a moment to celebrate with all of you, because on Monday it will be true. The whole draft is written! The whole draft! It's done! The draft is written! I can start editing now! Oh my god! Thank you all so much for watching. I don't feel like I did Katrina any justice, but she's amazing and I love her, and she would absolutely do anything for her friends. But she'd much rather leave Verdine than anything else. The support lately has been crazy. I think it was last week the subscribers went up an insane amount, and I was really happy about it. And then just recently I had a TikTok really go crazy, and now my TikTok followers are now more than the YouTube. That has not been the case in the past. So that's so cool. I want to thank you guys a lot for that. And because I'm going to do a special video project thing, whatever, for every 100. For 200, which we are approaching soon. For 200, I was thinking, because little known fact about me, I love ghosts. Okay? I watch every type of haunted video that you could possibly imagine. Garrett Watts is probably the best. Okay, I'll throw that out there. I do watch Sam and Colby. I love Selena and Chris. Like, I mean it when I say I watch so many ghost videos. Someday I would like to do my own, but that's gonna have to wait. But for 200 subscribers, I think I'm gonna do ghost stories. And I have a ghost story of my own that I'd like to share, but that will be at the end. I need to hear other people's ghost stories. And it would be very easy to just open Reddit and read some of those, but I feel like all of those have probably been read already. So I want to hear from you guys. If you have any cool ghost stories, let me know.